What if the most valuable product in the world isn't a phone, a car, or even a drug? It's status. Today we dive into the quiet French billionaire who industrialized desire itself, Bernard Arnault, and how he built a $400 billion empire selling meaning stitched into leather. Luxury breaks economic rules. Higher prices create more demand. Arnault didn't fight that paradox, he engineered it. This is the story of how a civil engineer became the world's top curator of taste, turned 75 maisons into one machine, and taught Wall Street that soft power can be a balance sheet item. Born in 1949, France, trained as an engineer. Early career, family construction firm. His first play wasn't fashion, it was focus. He sold the construction division, banked cash, and hunted an undervalued cultural asset he could rewire. 1984. Arnault buys Boussac, a failing textile group, for peanuts, because inside, it sat Christian Dior. He slashed everything that wasn't magic, saved Dior, and learned a rule he'd use forever. When a brand is a cathedral, you don't rebuild the walls, you restore the stained glass. Next, he targeted the awkward marriage of Louis Vuitton and Moet Hennessy. Through a chessboard of shares and alliances, Arnault took control by 1989. Suddenly, luggage, champagne, and cognac weren't separate businesses, they were pillars of a single story, French art de vivre. Arnault's method: acquire a heritage maison, protect the core myth, install a killer creative director, industrialize operations without industrializing the feeling, expand globally with ruthless retail discipline. He sells scarcity at scale. Economists call it Veblen effects. Demand rises with price. Psychologists call it signaling. Arnault calls it brand equity. LVMH turns personal identity into a product with gross margins north of 65% in key houses. Desire is the moat, and storytelling is the drawbridge. Vuitton is the world's most profitable fashion house, monogram as icon, stores as museums, drops that feel like cultural events. The secret: permanent collections pay the bills, showpieces create the myth. LV is the ATM that funds LVMH's risks. Arnault hires auteur CEOs of taste, Galliano, Jacobs, Philo, Virgil Abloh. He lets them paint on centuries-old canvases, then supplies global distribution, capex, and manufacturing, creativity up front, logistics backstage. LVMH owns vineyards, tanneries, workshops, watchmakers, even glassmakers. Supply is controlled, scarcity is engineered. Quality is tangible. When you buy a bag, you're buying a controlled universe. The flagship is a stage. Architecture, scent, sound, service, every sense is scripted. Hiring Virgil Abloh at LV Men signaled a truth. Youth culture is the new aristocracy. Collabs with artists, gamers, and athletes made Vuitton a language, not a logo. Purists gasped, sales roared. His children run key divisions, Delphine at Dior, Antoine at Berluti. Succession isn't a handoff, it's a portfolio of apprenticeships under one culture. Perfection without noise. Publicly reserved, privately relentless. Daily store visits, obsessive about windows, lighting, leather smell. Build meaning, not just product. Control the last meter to the customer. Hire taste and give it steel behind the curtain. Never let operations speak louder than the story. Bernard Arnault didn't just sell handbags, he industrialized longing. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the world's quietest kingmaker, subscribe for the next legend of fortune. Who should we decode next?